Aquarius and Aquarius rising. This is your September 2016 forecast. So astrologically, September is a very busy month. We've got 2 eclipses, we've got Jupiter moving into a new sign, we've got Mercury retrograde for most of the month, and we've got the equinox, which is the start of spring or fall depending on where you are in the world. And we've got the last of the Saturn Neptune square. So let's see how this all affects you. So the month kicks off with a solar eclipse on the 1st of September, and this eclipse will be in your 8th house. So a solar eclipse is like a supercharged or very potent new moon. Eclipses always have a bit of a wild card energy, and they've got a way of purging hidden things and bringing them to light. So this is happening in your 8th house, which has to do with hidden things already. So this may be a very challenging month in terms of reviewing your own behavior and looking at things that don't serve you any longer. Some skeletons may emerge from the closet. So moving through those sorts of lessons can lead to self-mastery, and facing your fears and confusion and pushing through will definitely help you feel more empowered. The 8th house has to do with finances and joint resources, loans, money coming in. So with Mercury retrograde here, it's not a good time for high risk or speculative financial ventures, or taking out a new loan or policy, or getting a mortgage. But you will want to review any existing policies or joint investments that you have and make sure all the paperwork is up to date. And so there are difficult aspects between the Sun and the Moon and Saturn during the eclipse, and the Sun and the Moon and Neptune. Since the Sun and the Moon oppose Neptune in your 2nd house, this really underlines that idea that, like I said, not a good time for risky financial investments or gambling with your finances or resources. So don't do anything that's too risky or daring right now. And if something looks too good to be true, it probably is. And with the difficult aspects to Saturn, you may find that you're clashing with authority figures or struggling to deal with duties and responsibilities, and maybe having a bit of difficulty receiving recognition. So these are aspects of the eclipse that are affecting you on the 1st of September, and it will culminate with a full moon eclipse in your 2nd house, which is going to draw the attention to your own resources and money, how you feel stable and secure. So issues around money, joint resources, finances can really come to a head. This is a good time for letting go of financial investments that don't serve you, or actually completing financial responsibilities like paying money that you owe, and also a time to think about how you can be more resourceful. So let's look at the month from day to day. On the 2nd of September, Mercury conjuncts Jupiter in your 8th house. This is very good because Mercury is retrograde for consolidating old business schemes and looking at how to develop your ideas in a more comprehensive way. So it can give you a bit of a punch in terms of having impact on other people. But like I said, very good for consolidating business and concluding old business and, reviewing things in general. So it will give you a very comprehensive understanding. On the 7th, the Sun will trine Pluto between your 8th and 12th houses. The houses that are involved show a lot of potential for regeneration. If you need to recharge your batteries and find your focus and direction, then this is a good period for that. So recharge, review, let go, and like I said, so this will have you feeling a lot more vitalized as a consequence. On the 9th of September, Jupiter moves into Libra in your 9th house, where it will stay for a whole year. Jupiter is very happy in the 9th house. Jupiter is expansive and has to do with religion and the law and higher study, and the 9th house represents all of these things. So a very potent placement for Jupiter, where it will bring you lots of opportunities for travel, adventure, and in Libra, very social, so opportunities come through socializing often. And so also a very good time to launch things relating to travel and study and learning. Venus is already in the 9th house and can show Venus can attract the possibility to make money out of things that involve travel, learning, publishing, teaching. So a lovely placement there for you. It's definitely something that's going to lighten the atmosphere of September for you tremendously. Okay, so on the 10th of September, we see the last of the Saturn-Neptune square. That will have affected you in terms of your 11th and your 2nd house. So you could have experienced a lot of frustration in terms of achieving your hopes and dreams, or just even uncertainty about them. It's, you know, the house where we are optimistic, where we receive support from benefactors, and so, you know, the opportunity to free up things in this area is going to come up once the square begins to dissipate, and you'll feel a lot more sure of yourself. So very glad to see this aspect pass away, because it's created a lot of self-doubt and insecurity and confusion. And since Saturn is your ruling planet, it will be great for you when it moves away. On the 11th, Venus is going to square Pluto. This can show a bit of a power struggle and perhaps a kind of interaction where one person is being pushy or domineering, or you're being pushy or domineering. So just be aware of that. And on the 12th of September, Mercury will square Mars. So this can show a lot of power behind your words, a lot of energy. You can feel angry, irate, and so you can really lash out at somebody, in this case possibly a friend. So, you know, harsh words and, you know, feeling a bit defiant. But it's also a good aspect for problem solving and being resourceful. So if you can apply this energy to a project that you're working on, you'll really be able to problem solve and be rather efficient. So on the 16th of September, it's the full moon lunar eclipse in your 2nd house. So things culminating in the area of personal resources, finances. So those things are up for review. And with difficult aspects to Mars, it can show a bit of selfish, impulsive behavior, either from you or towards somebody else. You may be acting rather insensitively and provocatively at this time. And like I said, you know, this kind of Martian energy is best dissipated through problem solving, through physical exercise. Don't let things get pent up. Because this is an eclipse, emotions can really spill over. And like I said, things come to a head and come to light. And as a result, you know, you may be thinking you'll just let off a bit of steam, but actually you could really go overboard. So you want to prevent that. On the 17th, Mars will trine Uranus, which is a positive aspect, and it's present in the full moon also. Again, a good aspect for problem solving, for pioneering, for new ways to expand your drive, purpose, and ambition. So you'll be thinking in a very inventive, original way. So if you want to consider how to best change direction or pursue something that you want, then this is a good aspect for trying something new and being original. Between the 18th and the 19th, we've got Venus opposing Uranus, and we've got Venus sextiling Mars. These are good aspects for trying something new. If you wanted to go on a date, this would be a good time for that. Perhaps with someone who you wouldn't ordinarily consider, or just trying a new experience, and so doing something off the beaten track. And Mars sextiling Venus, good for chemistry, good for social cohesion and bonding, and good for teamwork. So like I said, you know, use this aspect for social interactions and trying something new. Between the 20th and the 23rd, we've got Mercury trining Pluto. So this is, because of the houses involved in this aspect, this is a good placement for you for research and review and really cleaning up your affairs. Mercury trine Pluto is going to precede Mercury going direct, so this is a good time to get to the bottom of any problems that you've got. If you've been working on something on your own, this is a good time to review everything, to polish it up, because your ideas will really have a punch. And so good for, like I said, perfecting and presentation before Mercury goes direct. So, and this is, if you have been working on something like that, then the following days will be the time to launch it. So give Mercury 3 days to speed up, And then utilize the very positive Sun-Jupiter conjunction in your 9th house, because the Sun will now be moving into Libra to launch a project. So especially if you've got a project in terms of teaching, learning, travel, then, or publishing, or something perhaps of a legal nature, then this is a good time to take that sort of thing public. But really anything that you've been working on and developing, you can launch at this time. Okay, so then Mars is going to move into your 12th house in Capricorn, where it'll be good for strategizing, but more on that next month. And the month wraps up with a new moon in Libra in your 9th house. So a very optimistic note to end the month. And so if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and comment below. And if you'd like to read up more about the solar eclipse, please visit my website at www.psyche.co.za to find out more about it. Anyway, thank you for listening. Bye.